Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is Scootsy16 with another video for the Elite Discord tournament. And if you watched the last episode, you saw an incredible matchup between two titans of pitching in this tournament. Both Bruce Wishwash and Rose Smile pitched an amazing game. In the end, the Thumpers came out on top after a solo shot from Joe Tent. What an incredible matchup that was. But today, we get a chance to watch the Lockhorns face off against the Buzzwings. Buzzwings are at home for this series, so we will be going to Big Sky Ballpark for the first game. And this will be against the Ace Dearth Hughes versus the second pitcher in the rotation for the Buzzwings, Montgomery Landry. We're going to jump into this one, starting with the preview of the lineups in this series. The Lockhorns kicking things off with center fielder locked in Skylar Lynch will be in the one spot, followed by the very threatening Ariadne Fitzpatrick in left field, her secondary position. So her fielding has taken a hit, and this has not impacted her in this series yet. We'll see if it changes in round two. In the three spot, locked in Gabriel Blanchard had himself a really great season, or his first series, excuse me, and he's trying to hope that that will continue. In the fourth spot, J.R. Vang, who was arguably the most productive player in the Lockhorns lineup in the first round of the tournament. He's going to get that fourth spot to keep that RBI hero trait activated as many times as possible for the Lockhorns. DH Leland Pollard will be in the five spot, followed by Tobias Fox. The captain will be playing first once again, but has dropped some in the order in the sixth spot here, as I think the Lockhorns recognized they needed to make an adjustment, and I think he was humble enough to know that he needs to move down, give the opportunities to the players that are producing right now, which currently are in those 1 through 4 spots in the order. Rhett Santana gets another start at third base, excuse me. He's been kind of iffy throughout this series, so we'll see if he can keep up with the defense and maybe get the offense going. At least the Lockhorns are hoping that's the case. Shortstop Uriel Sardi, who had an awful first round of this tournament. He is yet to get a hit. He's tense right now, and he's going to be in the 8th spot. And then the catcher, Emerson Smith, will be in the 9 spot, as he has been for most of this tournament. Starter Dearth Hughes will be taking the mound for the Lockhorns. He had a not so great first start against the Dirt Dogs, and so he's hoping to make some adjustments and come in hot against the Buzzwings. Let's take a look at that Buzzwings offense before we get started here. And we're going to go with a suggested lineup, and you will see a very injured Kayla Carter will take a seat on the bench for this one. So in the number 1 spot, as you would have expected, is going to be locked in center fielder Liam Undermeyer, the captain, continuing his hot streak hopefully today. In the 2 spot, Julian Fisher, the second baseman, was red hot to start the tournament, but has cooled off some as of late. She's hoping to get things turned around and settled back in, keep that power and that slugging going. In the 3 spot, you see first baseman today, Landon Stone, has been DHing a lot of this tournament, but he's going to be at first base until Kayla Carter can recover. In the 4th spot, unfortunately, we see Keegan Howell. He has yet to get a hit in this tournament, struck out 8 times already. Absolutely abysmal, and they keep putting him at the top of the order when he starts. Very unfortunate to see, but I can't do anything about it, as we promised we weren't going to make any changes to the order and let the AI make those decisions. We get to the 5 spot, and Pork Nelson, the catcher, will be in the DH role today. He does have maxed out RBI hero. He's going to be sitting behind Keegan Howell in the order. Kamari Butler, another player waiting for his first hit in the tournament, will get the start in left field in the 6th spot. Furtive Wood had himself a really great series. He'll be in right field in the 7th spot in the order, followed by Tessa North at third base in the 8th spot, and Godfried Shavewell, the starting pitcher, locked in, will be catching today in that 9th spot in the order. And with that locked in boost, let's see if he's able to take advantage of those better hitting and speed traits today. And for the Buzzwings starter, Montgomery Landry, the lefty, will be taking the mound against the Lockhorns, hoping to have himself a good outing today. So that's the lineup. Let's go ahead and jump into this one and see how this goes. Interesting that we have a day game here at Big Sky Ballpark. Love this park. It looks absolutely beautiful. Love seeing the planes flying around in the outfield there. And this, I think, is going to be a really interesting matchup. That Lockhorns offense was very, very threatening against the Dirt Dogs, and we saw that never quit attitude from them, which pushed them through to being able to take that series. But we know what the Buzzwings can do, and they never back down from a challenge, and they're going to have one on their hands for this turn or for this round of the playoffs. Landry starting off pretty cold, 3-1 count here, and Skylar Lynch just kind of watching as he never took the ball off the bat off his shoulder, and he walks in 5 pitches. And now we have some speed on the base paths for the Lockhorns, but we also have an incredible arm in Godfrey Chapewell behind the plate. So interesting to see if they try to run on him. And Ariadne Fitzpatrick pops up right down the first baseline, and Chapewell ranges over there to get that one for out number 1. Here comes Gabriel Blanchard, locked in second baseman here. Does have that contact versus righties, but Montgomery Landry is a lefty, so that will not be activated unless we go to the bullpen. Gets first pitch strike here. Long wait, and the runner goes, and Chapewell tosses to first, and that gets just under the tag for the steal. So Skylar Lynch now on second base with 1 out. And Gabriel Blanchard is trying to capitalize on this, and he pulls that one just foul down the third baseline. And he swings through strike 3, chased that one low and outside, couldn't get his bat around on it. And because of that steal from Skylar Lynch, we now see J.R. Vang, their hot hitter, comes up to the plate with RBI Hero activated, maxed out power practically, and really great contact. So Landry has to be very careful, and he gets that ball hit hard, but it goes straight up, and in center field is Undermeyer catching that one for out number 3. So the leadoff walk followed by a stolen base means nothing. They left the runner on, and we now head to the bottom of the first base, and here comes the hottest hitter in the league, Liam Undermeyer. He has absolutely been a force, and he really wrecked what the Sewer Sneaks were trying to do, and he lines right back to their captain. Tobias Fox catches that one on the line for out number 1. So he goes quietly in the first inning. We'll see what he does next time up, but here comes Jillian Fisher, the bases empty queen, as she normally can really wreak havoc when nobody's on, but she's down to 0-2 already against Earth Hughes, and she hits that ball hard right on the ground to Blanchard, tosses over to first for out number 1. So quick 2 outs here for Hughes, and he's feeling pretty good about himself so far, but Landon Stone, who's been streaking hot lately, he actually got the game winner in Game 5 of the game against the Sewer Sneaks, and he puts that one just past Ariadne Hazard in left center field, and he thought about going to second base, but that is kind of a shallow left center field wall, and so it wasn't deep enough for Landon Stone to try and take advantage of an extra base there. So we do have a 2-out runner with Stone on first base, and here comes the struggling mightily Keegan Howell with a power versus right. He's activated, and he hits that ball hard, deep center field. Is that going to be his first hit? As that ball is up and out of here. Keegan Howell, his first hit of the tournament, comes in round 2 as he gets that one to dead center field into the batter's eye, into that shrubbery, and with a man on, Keegan Howell puts the Buzzwings up 2-0 in the first inning of this tournament. So, wow, we knew that he could. We hadn't seen it happen from him at all yet. And Dirth Hughes really frustrated throwing that mistake. He's now tense, and he has to face off against Pork Nelson, who had a really slow start, and he gets a base hit up the middle to keep this rally going with 2 outs. A 2-strike base hit for Pork Nelson, and here comes Kamari Butler. Can we find another first hit of the tournament for one of our players? If this happens, I might try to see if we can get Kayla Carter to come in injured just to see if she can get her first hit, as we would love to see these players get hot again in this series. Again, apologies to Billy Yank, the owner of the Lockhorns. I know he's not excited to see what just happened there, but we love, even though we get the pop up from Kamari Butler, still waiting to see his first hit. We love to see the 2-out rally for the Buzzwings, and they do take a 2-0 lead against the Lockhorns in Dearth Hughes. So Montgomery Landry, and going into the top of the second inning, has a cushion, and he's going to have to make sure that he stays consistent here if he's going to make sure that the Buzzwings can keep the lead, as he now goes 3-1 in this count. And that ball is going to get up, and Landon Stone ranges back quickly, catching that one for out number 1, just on the outfield grass beyond the infield. Captain Tobias Fox comes up. He had himself a really slow series. He did get a home run, a solo shot, but that was about all to speak of for Tobias Fox. So he's hoping that this series is a bit of a reset button for him. And Landry, with a 1-2 count, gets the strikeout. Tobias Fox swings through that one for out number 2, and we head to Rhett Santana. I think the Lockhorns and the Buzzwings have one thing very much in common, and that is the struggle of a lot of the players in their starting lineup, and Rhett Santana is no stranger to that struggle, as he batted 143 in that first series. And he swings through that one with tough out. He swings through it for strike 3. So 2 big strikeouts from Montgomery Landry, and a really quick turnaround for the Lockhorns, unfortunately. And we head to the bottom of the second inning, and we'll start things off with Furtive Wood, who had a really good first series against the Sewer Sneaks, and we'll see if he can keep getting on base and wreak havoc on the base paths. However, Emerson Smith is a much better catcher than what we saw in the first round against the Sewer Sneaks. So Furtive Wood grounds out to Fox, steps on first for out number 1. It is going to be interesting to see if the Buzzwings try to keep that speed going on the base paths when they have the opportunity. Will they try and run on Emerson Smith with his strong arm? It remains to be seen. Tessa North grounds out to Sardi, tosses to first, and that's out number 2, and that gets the Dearth Hughes mojo boost back, and he's back to neutral. And now we see Gottfried Shavewell, once again, another player who has yet to get their first hit. Now, Gottfried was not the primary starting catcher in this tournament, and that ball is going to get into Vang's glove. He gets there just in time to catch that one for out number 3. So quick inning for the Buzzwings, too. Shavewell did not get all of the starts at catcher, so he didn't get a ton of opportunities at the plate, but he has yet to find a hit himself. And here's another one, Uriel Sardi. That's going to be kind of like the common theme for these two teams, is how many players are struggling in the lineup, how many need to get their first hit. We'll see how many of them break through in this series as Sardi flies out to right field for out number 1, and we reach the bottom of the order. Emerson Smith, all about that contact and arm, and that's about it, as he lines to Landon Stone at first base for out number 2. And we reach the top of the order. Skylar Lynch walked on 5 pitches in his first at-bat, so Landry's going to try and see what he can do to make sure he does not let that runner reach base, as he was already a threat on the base paths. One of the few players in this tournament who's stolen a base is Skylar Lynch. So once that speed gets on the pads, we have to be very careful. And that ball grounds through the middle. Both Landon Stone and Jillian Fisher dove for that. Neither were even close to it. And unfortunately, the locked-in mojo from Landry drops as he gives up the base hit with 2 outs. And now here comes Ariadne Fitzpatrick. And she hits that ball first pitch swinging straight to Undermeyer in the left center field gap, and that's enough for Skylar Lynch to move to third base. So Undermeyer gets it in quickly, but ball puts the Buzzwings in a very interesting situation as Gabriel Blanchard, no longer locked in, comes up with 2 outs and a bit of a rally going here for the Lockhorns. Down 0-2, Blanchard hits that ball over Fisher, and Furtive Wood is getting it in quickly. The runner stays at second base, but that is a RBI single for Gabriel Blanchard, and he gets his locked-in mojo back. And here comes RBI hero J.R. Vang, and this could be really, really big change of events between the Lockhorns and the Buzzwings here in the top of the third, as they have something going. Down 0-2 with 2 outs. They scored 1 run. Can they do it again? Vang's going to stay alive here. And he tips that one, and it's not going to be able to get it in time. Oh, my goodness. Dang it. So Fisher reaches back up for it, but is not able to get there, and that ball bloops into right center field. And the runner at second easily scores, and Fitzpatrick scores from, or moves from first to third on that one. So 2 runners on, and they decide to pull Montgomery Landry immediately here in the third inning after they realize he can't close this inning out. And Class Thicket, who has been absolutely on fire this entire tournament, gets a strikeout on 3 pitches to end the bleeding, and the Lockhorns come in the third, and they immediately tie it up with 2 outs. All of that happened with 2 outs, and now we reach the top of our order. Liam Undermeyer, the captain, lined out to first in his first at-bat, and he quickly goes down 0-2 here. He gets tough out activated. He's still locked in, and we need his offense going. It takes ball 1 high. That would just miss the plate, and he fouls another pitch off. 1-2 count, and he hits that one through to left field. That's very familiar if you've been watching the series between the Sewer Sneaks and the Buzzwings, as he just consistently puts that ball between third and shortstop for a base hit. So with no outs, the inning starts with a base hit from Undermeyer. Emerson Smith is tense behind home plate, so his arm drops a little bit, and Jillian Fisher is able to repeat exactly what Liam Undermeyer just did, and that's 2 base hits in a row for the locked-in Landon Stone, who has his fastball hitter activated, and we saw that Dirth Hughes lost his mojo, so he's back to tense again. And no outs right now and 2 on. The rally has started, and he hits that ball hard up deep to left center field, and they're calling it, and that is going to get out of here. Landon Stone with a 3-run shot. The 3-hitter comes up huge once again, and it is now a 5-2 lead for the Buzzwings, and no one out yet. So here comes the guy who got the scoring started for the Buzzwings, Keegan Howell, with his 2-run shot earlier in this game, and he comes up again against a very tense Dirth Hughes, who's already about half stamina. He quickly gets 2 strikes, and Howell swings through that one. He takes strike 3, and Dirth Hughes, feeling a little bit better after giving up that 3-run shot to Landon Stone, getting the strikeout against Keegan Howell, but he's no familiar to those strikeouts. Here comes Pork Nelson. RBI hero does not get activated yet today, as the bases keep clearing before he comes up. And he hits another base hit right up the middle, so he's now 2 for 2 with 2 singles. So Nelson keeping this Buzzwings lineup going. We now pass it down the line to Kamari Butler, once again waiting for his first hit of the tournament. He popped out to the right field side in his last at-bat, and that one he grounds to second base, tosses to get the fielder's choice at second base, and he reaches on the fielder's choice. So that still doesn't count as a hit, but he reaches base for the first time in this tournament. And here comes Furtive Wood, who batting .500 with 2 outs. It'd be nice to see him keep the line moving for the Buzzwings. 1-2 count here with 2 outs. Dirth Hughes kind of laboring, but he's been able to kind of keep the Buzzwings at bay as much as he can, recovering pretty nicely after giving up the 3-run shot to Landon Stone. And Furtive Wood was maybe guessing, and he completely guessed wrong as he got fooled and then took that pitch right down the middle for strike 3. So a 3-run shot from Landon Stone after back-to-back singles from the top of the lineup, and the Buzzwings don't let this game stay tied for very long as they are able to take the lead 5-2 here. and Class Thicket stays in as he gets the ground right in front of the mound to Tobias Fox, and Shavewell tosses it out for out number 1. So power versus right-handers is activated here for Rhett Santana, but it's such a minimal boost that it could make a difference for sure, but it's not likely to make that big of a difference. In Class Thicket, when the pressure is not that high, kind of becomes a little bit more human, and Santana's Tough Out gets activated here, so now boost to both hitting attributes. 2-2 count. And Class makes a mistake there, and that ball is going to stay up and get out of here. And Class gives up his first earned run of the tournament. It's solo shot to the struggling Rhett Santana, 365 over that left field, really high wall. And that is a home run with 2 outs to, I believe, maybe 1 out to the Lockhorns, keeping them in this game. So Class Thicket has to settle in here. He does have clutch activated as the pressure is getting high once again, and there is 1 out. So a solo shot with 1 out from Santana, and gets the strikeout for Sardi. So Sardi is not able to figure anything out, and he's still struggling. And here comes tense Emerson Smith, the 9-hitter, that catcher. When those catchers go tense, it really does mess with the defense as well, as now his arm drops. And he pops that one up. Class Thicket catches that one. He's like, no, let me take this one. It's on me. He gets the mojo boost with that pop-up and is able to get out of the inning, but he does unfortunately allow a run, making this game a little closer than the Buzzwings would like. It's now 5-3 here in the bottom of the 4th, and Tessa North comes up. Another one of those struggling batters for the Buzzwings. 1-1 count here for Dirth Hughes, who's still chugging along. He's still tense. He's at 53 pitches now, and his stamina is at about 1/4 maybe, or 1/3. He gets a ground out to second base, and that is out number 1. We now head to the bottom of the lineup with Godfried Shavewell, 0 for 1. And that's it for Dirth Hughes. Josiah Marzo comes in, who is not allowed a run in this tournament yet, and he comes in hoping to hold the Buzzwings offense down enough, giving the Lockhorns enough time to catch up. And he gets a ground out to second base. Blanchard once again tosses to Fox for out number 2. So with 2 outs, we then wrap around to the top of the order. Liam Undermeyer still locked in. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. He hit one to left field and then scored on the huge Landon Stone 3-run shot earlier in the last inning. He's now down 0-2, and he gets Tough Out activated. And he swings through strike 3. That pitch from Josiah Marzo was absolutely filthy as he gets the captain swinging for out number 3. So he holds the Buzzwings offense at bay there, giving their team a chance to try and catch up here, starting at the top of the order with Skylar Lynch, who's gotten on both of his times at the plate. And he grounds that one up the middle, and that's going to be another hit for Skylar Lynch, who is getting really hot here. And we see Class loses his mojo boost that he got at the end of the last inning. We then move to Ariadne Fitzpatrick, the left fielder. Got a single in her last at-bat, moving Lynch over to third base. And with an 0-2 count and no outs, that ball just goes foul. Landon Stone actually probably benefits from the fact that it went foul. And that ball buzzes right past Thickett's face. Undermeyer gets to it immediately, and that's a base hit, keeping Skylar Lynch at second base. But we have something cooking for the Lockhorns, who now bring up Gabriel Blanchard, who's locked in, has a mojo boost, and contact versus righties activated here, which is getting a big boost as well. And he hits that one hard. Undermeyer right there, catches it, keeps the runners in their spots, and Blanchard loses his locked-in mojo. And we see it for the 3rd time in this game. J.R. Vang comes up with the RBI hero activated. He did get an RBI single in his last at-bat, blooped one right over Jillian Fisher at second base. Lots of speed on the base paths between those two runners. And with Max Clutch popping up here, Vang pops up to Kamari Butler for out number 2. Max Clutch as well as Max Pressure. Leland Pollard comes up. He's tense. He's having himself a tough game, 0 for 2 today. And you can see Class Thicket brings his attributes to about what he starts with that Max Clutch coming into play here. And he gets an 0-2 count with 2 on. And he gets the grounder. Landon Stone is going to get there. Tosses 2. Oh, my goodness. It happens way too frequently. Class Thicket trying to cover first base, and Landon Stone tosses it to him. It bounces right off his glove. And that's an error, letting the runner reach. So now Tobias Fox, the captain, with 2 outs against Class Thicket, who could not get out of the inning there, gets the ground out to Fisher. Fisher tosses to Landon Stone for out number 3, and whoo, that was scary. And again, I see the scenarios happening once again where Class Thicket gets just going too many innings, throwing too many pitches before we look to replace him with another pitcher. But he manages to get out of it, and that was absolutely clutch after making that error. And that ball gets, what a play from Uriel Sardi, who reaches up and just barely gets a glove on it, catching it for out number 1. And here comes locked in Landon Stone, hoping to see a mistake pitch from Marzo so that he can turn it the other way. Taking 2 balls there. Taking ball 3, 3-0 count as he get the green light. He does not, or he takes anyways, and that's strike 1. And there's that fastball hitter activated, and he sends it right back up the middle. So once again, we have a runner on, this time with 1 out. And here comes Keegan Howell. He did it once. He's 1 for 2 today. His first hit was a 2-run homer. And we'll see what he can do here. Power versus righties activated against Josiah Marzo. Marzo has yet to give up a run in this tournament. We'll see if he can here. 1-1 count against Howell. The runner is going. Landon Stone takes off for second base, and he gets a steal there against Emerson, who is tense. And with Stone's locked in mojo, he gets the speed boost that he needs. And Keegan Howell hits that ball left field hard up, and it's just off the top of the wall. That's a double for Keegan Howell and another RBI for him, his 3rd of the game. And that is a 1-run double for Keegan Howell. Just missed a home run by inches. And here comes RBI hero Pork Nelson finally getting it activated with Keegan Howell on second base. Marzo gave up his first run of the tournament now against Howell. And Pork Nelson, who's also been struggling, he had 2 hits today already, 2 singles. He's hoping to do more than that today, or in this at-bat. And he swings through strike 3 up and in, and he's out number 2. He's really feeling frustrated. But we moved on to Kamari Butler, the left fielder in the 6th spot. And Josiah Marzo gets pulled. Guadalupe Austin comes in, and she had herself a good first series against the Dirt Dogs, another pitcher that hadn't given up a run. And she's going to try and keep the Buzzwings from making this worse, as she's now down 3-0. Takes strike 1 as Kamari Butler. Takes strike 2, so now full count, 2 outs. And Kamari Butler, let's see if he can get a hit here. He takes ball 4, and I think this might be the first time he actually reaches base safely. As he had a fielder's choice where he reached base in his last at bat. So here comes Furtive. And he's been struggling today, hoping to turn things around after a hot first series against the Sewer Sneaks. 2-1 count here, 2 outs. He hits that ball hard, straight up to left field. Ariadne came in and then walked back, and that ball bounced twice off of the wall. Really, really weird fielding from the outfielder there. I think that low fielding trait really hurt her, but Furtive Wood had a huge RBI double. That's 2 runs that scored on that very high and deep RBI double. And Tessa North turns on the first pitch, sending it to right field, and that one goes into the upper deck as she hit that ball hard on a line, and it went out in a hurry, 425, and that was a 2-run shot for Tessa North, her first of the tournament, and she's feeling a lot better now. She got the monkey off of her back, and now let's see if Gottfried Shavewell can join the hit parade. And if you're a Lockhorns fan, you have to wonder what went wrong here, as Guadalupe is now tense, but now 10-3 in the bottom of the third. Shavewell pops up. That ball is going into foul territory, and it stays just fair, or just inside play for Rhett Santana to catch that for out number 3. But 5 runs come across in the 5th inning, and we head to the top of the 6th. Starting with Rhett Santana, it's going to be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, and Class Thicket has to come out here. 37 pitches in, and he's still going here. I don't know what they're thinking as Rhett Santana turns on the first pitch, blasts it to left center field. Undermeyer gets it in. It's just a single. But again, what is Class Thicket doing out here? We have a fresh bullpen. Let's see somebody come in and get these last 3 outs to finish this game. And thank you. It finally happens. And his first appearance in this tournament, Earl Longbottom, with the elite slider, getting his chance to shine. The 3-pitch pitcher, Earl Longbottom, was drafted in the 17th round. He's a long reliever, and he's going to try and close the door here for the Buzzwings. He gets a pop-up there to right field, and very shallow. Furtive Wood was playing very deep, and he was able to range in and get that one. It hung up there for a long time. So with the runner on first, here's Emerson Smith with 1 out. Still tense, and he's going to try and see if he can keep the Lockhorns, get a little momentum going with no speed on first base. We'll see what Emerson Smith is able to do. He puts that one just over Tessa North, and it goes in the left field corner. Kamari Butler gets to it quickly, and with his strong arm and no speed on the base paths, we hold the runners at first and second. So with 1 out, first and second, they put Ellen Flores, the shortstop, at second base, so they have something of speed. And here comes locked-in Skylar Lynch, who hits the first pitch back up the middle. It goes to center field. Undermeyer gets to it quickly. The first runner scores, and Skylar Lynch is going to take second base on the throw to third from Undermeyer. Didn't hit the cutoff man. And so now an RBI double from Skylar Lynch puts 2 runners in scoring position for Ariadne Fitzpatrick, who's also locked in. And this ball game is not over yet. Earl Longbottom needs to settle in with 1 out, 1-1 count. Really great speed at second base. So that ball anywhere in the outfield, and he's absolutely going to advance. Now it's just a matter of, with a 3-1 count, Ariadne Fitzpatrick hits it hard. Furtive Wood catches that, and luckily everyone's scared of that cannon arm as he's able to get it in quickly and hold the runners at their bases. Now, I forgot, you got Skylar Lynch who can move on anything, but you know that Emerson Smith is not going to run on anything that's not all the way out to the deepest part of the park. And Landon Stone is not able to get to that one. Skylar Lynch has to stay at third base when you have that cannon arm from Furtive Wood out there in right field, but a base hit keeps the line moving. And here comes J.R. Vang with RBI Hero activated, and a runner scores, so it's now 10-5. 2 runs come across here in the 6th with 2 outs. J.R. Vang is currently the one with a chance, and he gets the sign stealer, and he steals it, and he puts that one off of the triple deck, bounces off the face of the third deck, and he put that one 469, a 3-run shot, brings this game within 2. So with 2 outs, the Lockhorns are absolutely making it happen. A huge rally from them, and Earl Longbottom comes out. He's rattled. Worry Habibi comes in, her first appearance since the first game of the tournament, and she gets a ground ball to Howell to Stone, and oh my goodness, what a matchup that was. The Buzzwings, who dominated for most of this game, almost threw it all away in the top of the 6th inning, and the Lockhorns, which has been the trend for them this entire tournament, they just won't go down. They just will not go down without a fight, scoring 5 runs in the 6th inning. 8 runs on 12 hits for the Lockhorns, 10 runs on 11 hits, and 1 error for the Buzzwings. That error did not lead to any runs, thankfully, but what a game. This shouldn't have been as close as it was, but kudos to the Lockhorns for fighting all the way until that last out. We're going to take a look at the stats here for the offense, starting with the Lockhorns. Really busy day for a lot of these players. You see Skylar Lynch went 3 for 3, got a walk as well, and he scored 2 runs and hit in a run with an RBI. Ariadne Fitzpatrick 2 for 4, she scored a run. Gabriel Blanchard got 2 RBIs with his 2 hits, scored a run as well. Then you see J.R. Vang with that huge 3 run homer. He also had another RBI single earlier in the game, 2 for 4, and that was the top of the order. Those top 4 hitters showed why there's such a threat in this series. Then you see Leland Pollard went 0 for 4. Tobias Fox, the captain, went 0 for 3. And then Rhett Santana had himself a breakout game. He'd been struggling. He had a solo home run and managed to go 2 for 3. We hopped down Uriel Sardi, still struggling, 0 for 3, has not gotten a hit. And then lastly, Emerson Smith with 1 hit and a run scored. For the Buzzwings, a bit of the same story where we had some big breakout performances. Liam Undermeyer, the captain, who's been hot all series, he had a bit of a down game and his average dropped quite a lot because of that. He went 1 for 3. He did score a run on that hit, and he did strike out once as well. Jillian Fisher went 1 for 3 with a run scored. Both of them scored that run on the 3-run homer from Landon Stone, who went 3 for 3, 3-run homer, but also had 3 runs scored himself. So he was on base and he kept getting hit in. Keegan Howell, huge breakout game for him. He went 2 for 3, one of them being a 2-run homer. He also hit in another RBI and scored 2 runs. Pork Nelson had a good game, 2 for 3. Ironically, the one time where he had RBI Hero activated was the one time he struck out. Kamari Butler, looking for his first hit, at least reached base twice, and scored a run once. Furtive Wood, 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, got scored as well. And then Tessa North with a huge 2-run homer. What a fun game this was. Godfried Shavewell, the catcher, did not get a hit in this one, which did drop his mojo from locked in to neutral, but really, really fun game. Pitching wise, this is a bit of a mess. Darth Hughes did go 3 1/3, so he managed to stay in here longer than I thought. Gave up 7 hits, 5 earned runs on 2 home runs, and he struck out 2. He gets the loss. Josiah Marzo comes in 1 1/3 inning. He didn't do too much better, giving up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and striking out 2. And then Guadalupe Austin came in, only got 1 out, but it was 2 runs, 3 earned runs, giving up a home run and walked 1 as well. So just not a good look for the Lockhorns pitching staff. For the Buzzwings, not too much better. As you see, Montgomery Landry, the starter, only went 2 2/3 innings here, giving up 4 hits and a walk, 2 earned runs, and he struck out 3. Class Thicket, he is still probably the best pitcher in this staff. Went 2 1/3 inning, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 home run, and 2 strikeouts. He actually gets the win. His ERA jumps all the way up to 2.84, which isn't bad at all. Earl Longbottom, his first appearance is not a great one. He only went 2/3 of an inning, giving up 4 hits and 4 earned runs, one of them being a home run. And then lastly, Worry Habibi came in, getting that last out to get the save, and to save the Buzzwings for sure. And what a wild performance. And looking over the top 3, J.R. Vang with his huge home run, his big opportunities with that RBI Hero activated. Keegan Howell, he's got to feel really good to be in that number 2 spot after struggling this entire first series, coming into round 2 and showing why he deserves to be in this lineup regularly, but also showing why he deserves to be in this tournament. And then Landon Stone keeping his hot streak going. He won the game 5 against the Sewer Sneaks. He comes in and going 3 for 3 today and a stolen base. What a great game from these Buzzwings, but what a valiant effort for the Lockhorns to stay in it. What an exciting round 2 game for the Lockhorns and the Buzzwings, and that's going to be an interesting one all tournament long. But we now shift gears and we turn back to the Thumpers and Prowl, which their first game was the exact opposite, a 1-0 victory for the Thumpers. Now bring out their arguably the best performing pitcher in their staff, Les Ventura, who had an amazing first outing, striking out 8 in 4 1/3 innings. So he's going to face off against Raymond Meal, who for the Prowl, who did not have a good first outing. We'll see if he can turn things around. But thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying this series. Let me know in the comments what you thought about that game, and continue to follow along by subscribing so you're not missing any of these entertaining games in the Elite Discord tournament. Thank you so much. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.